July 21st, Rotable Patch Compound, standing at the stop sign patch. Let's get in there and take a look. Oh, this is a quick one today, folks, but it's a show all, tell all. Fence is still hot, so proceed with caution, Doc. Our field pumpkin, the Razzo, she looks good until we get to this area where we look like we got some disease rolling. This thing's still vining out heavy, and we look good, just besides whatever that nonsense is. I do have one that should open tomorrow. Good friends Stephen and Sarah Beth Baker stopped by for a few minutes to do a quick patch tour, and were nice enough to bring me some blossoms from their field pumpkin. So fingers crossed, and they may have saved the day if this thing has a chance of opening and actually being pollinated with that disease. At least I have the pollen to give it a try. The 150 square foot plant, the 1229.7 rotoball, still has a little bit of real estate to fill in. The fruit itself, platinum, is 36 days old. Nice tall fruit. There's that healing up. Remember we talked about that earlier? Yucky mark, but healed up. She is, let's see, 500. It says 6, that's wrong. 517 pounds. I wish it was 617 pounds. But, you know how that goes. You want a bigger pumpkin? We'll have to grow harder, Doc. All right, let's go check out that melon. Our watermelon, let's get to it. She is 28 days old today and starting to become a respectable melon. Probably about 75, 80 pounds if you count the sag of the fabric, which is not bad for a day 28. Real good for my patch. The plant itself is mostly filled in. I mean, we're filled in on that bottom half. That's where our stump is, and I found a few calls in there, and I'm eyeballing for calls while I'm talking on this phone, recording a video. I don't see any at the moment. What I found, guys, now here's a tip, and I don't know if the melon guys do this or not, but it's something I came up on my own, which makes me feel like big brain man here. At night times when I look for my calls, because I swear at daylight everything blends in really nicely, but if you're walking around with a flashlight, it's kind of like you're pinpointing certain areas and you're moving that flashlight around, and those calls stand out so much easier. And so I recommend hunting for calls at night. I'm not going to do a lot of chitter chatter on the plant health this week. We got that last week. You can see my main is a little bit more bare. Found another spot, cleaned it up, actually elevated it with foam. It was on the underside, kind of tough to see, but underneath that furthest table, a piece of that green foam broke the node, or excuse me, the taproot, lifted that node a couple inches off the soil, and I have good airflow to it after cleanup, so that's what we do. I have been pleased, even with the issues I found, the little node rot spots, and like I said before, I get them about every year, at least somewhere in the patch. I haven't really noticed them slow down my gains at any exceptional amount or even nominal amount. These fruit, all pollinated on June 8th, puts us at a DAP 43 today. This is the rotoball fruit. She sets on the scale 1003, DAP 43. Just a gorgeous fruit. We'll pull back the sheet a little bit. We're not gonna get a crazy good look at her, but yeah, boy, she's pretty. A little bit of a fold there. Blossom, good healthy blossom. There's that crease. Stick a Lincoln cent in there. Watch old Abe squeal for mercy. Oh goodness. Plant health on the bottom, we're looking good. So I probably have 3 secondaries over here on this side of the 1965 left to term. This closest one right here is actually not the main, but the first secondary off the fruit. Probably going to term this one as soon as it hits that T-post. This one I plan to run her on down, and we're going to let it go probably the rest of the season. This actually is the main off of that rotoball, and it has intruded over to the wolf patch, and I plan to run it on down. And as I walk down here, you'll see that I've got the main from the wolf plant. It's already made a 90-degree turn, and we'll run them both right back up the side there. Let them mains be buddies with one another. These are some secondaries. Bring them down, pull them back in, and a couple secondaries. Probably going to term those right about here. So we're getting down to where the burying's very minimal, and the whole idea is just to keep growing tips kind of till the end, but just as much just to have something that I can see how the plant's doing nutritionally at that growing tip. And that helps me keep a closer eye on my fruit. Speaking of fruit, same DAP 43 on the wolf. This old gal sets at 12:30 today, which is pretty much one point where I have her pacing. Nice good fruit, a little bit more cantaloupe. Not a big fan of that, but that's all right. She can cantaloupe and crack and split and be a booger all she wants to, as long as that scale head continues to go up. We're getting a little bit of sapping. There's some sapping. Blossom still looks great under there, and I can still see it for now. That won't be there much longer. Yeah, you see a little dark area. It's clean. It's just the lighting. I see that dark area too. It's clean. It's the lighting. How do I know? It's because I check it every 12 hours at least. Oh goodness. All right, folks, that's it for this week's video. Hesitated a little bit showing those scale head numbers, but just because you got a DAP 43 that's you're real proud of, or DAP whatever you're real proud of, doesn't mean that it's not going to be pie in a week or so. And I understand that. The whole reason growing these is to enjoy them and show them off a little bit. And I'm happy and I'm proud of my weights thus far. And I know the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh, so they could end up on the chopping block at any moment. But until then, hope remains, and stay vigilant and active on all problems that may arise, treating them and trying to keep things healthy. Hope your grows are going well. I really want to see some folks at this scale this year. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up as always. Good luck. Doc out.